Welcome to the Let's Talk Footy podcast. My name is Shaheen and let's get right to it. I watched the Liverpool versus Real Madrid game. And first things first, I don't want to be emotional. I understand it's just one game. It doesn't say anything about the season. The season is long. You never know what's going to happen in the latter stages of the Champions League. I want to keep all this in mind and I don't want to speak out of emotions. I don't. Liverpool deservedly won. Real Madrid was lucky for the game to end 1-0. Courtois, who was probably the only player that showed up today, made 4 or 5 world-class, out-of-this-world saves and kept Real Madrid in the game again and again and again, and eventually Real Madrid was beaten in a set piece by the probably one of the shortest players on the pitch. Nobody marking him. Very strange. And yeah, Liverpool won deservedly. They completely dominated the match. Real Madrid were second best. And I'm going to be honest, I'm looking at the lineup here in front of me. No one showed up. No one. Where the hell was Mbappe? Nowhere to be seen. Vinicius tried, but he ended up in Bradley's pocket. Is that his name? Bradley? Yeah, Bradley's pocket. Genuinely. And every time it looked like he might, even though he didn't, he might beat him. Liverpool would gang up on him. Double mark him, triple mark him. Vinicius was not going anywhere. Nothing was working for him, and it looked like men against boys. And Bradley was the man, and Vinicius was the boy in that 1v1 battle. Genuinely. Mbappe nowhere to be seen. Vinicius was just nothing special. Couldn't beat Bradley once, one-on-one, I think. Like this Real Madrid mug, man. I've had this mug since grade 9. I'm 33 years old. And I've been a Real Madrid fan for a long time. I fell in love with the game of football through Real Madrid. So I've been there through the thick and thin. I was there when Real Madrid was getting eliminated in the last 16 of Champions League for 7 years in a row. I was there. I was a Real Madrid fan. I was a little baby, and I would get my heart broken every single season. But I stuck around. I didn't become a Barca fan or a Man United fan all of a sudden. So I said I don't want to be emotional, so excuse me if I'm being emotional. But Bellingham, what are you doing? Just tackles were not good enough. They were forced, getting a yellow, giving away a silly free kick. Very, very, very unnecessary free kick that resulted in the goal. But he gave away 1 or 2 other free kicks before that, I believe. Just not good enough. Not good enough. Unnecessary. Why are you getting on a yellow? Why are you giving away a free kick that's unnecessary? Like the one Vinicius gave away was good. It was a good tactical foul because Liverpool was on a break and Vinicius got booked. He got on a yellow, but he took one for the team. The one with Bellingham, completely unnecessary. And you just cannot do that at this level. You just can't. And you should know that playing for Real Madrid. Arda Güler. I mean, it's really not fair to be harsh on the kid. I think the game was just way too physical, way too much pressure, high press. And he looked lost. He looked like a little kid because he's a little kid. But he just didn't have the space and the time to do his magic. But he's been solid most of the season. So apart from his bad giveaway against, let's say, Barcelona or also against Atletico Madrid, the whole team was terrible. So it would be harsh to blame Arda Güler, but him too, not good enough. Kamavinga, for some reason he's playing right wing. I don't know why. Eventually, Rodrigo came on the right wing, and he looked like he was brave enough to take players on and to attack and like not waste time and not fuck around. Excuse my French, but he's out of position. He shouldn't be playing there. He should be central. It's too predictable. He's not explosive to be the player and exploit the space on the right wing. He's not going to be able to do that. So everybody knows he's going to cut in and try to play through ball or bounce it back for a switch. It's too predictable. Holson, don't even get me started with him. So sloppy, so nonchalant, giving away fouls, giving away the ball, getting booked for no reason, just so nonchalant, so sloppy, so too relaxed. Like, you think you're at Bournemouth still? Like, this is Real Madrid, my friend. Like, you're here to win to help the team win the Champions League. If you're not going to contribute to that, get out of here, man. Like, you've been solid, but there's been a lot of games, and some of it showed in the Club World Cup early. But even in some of the league games, like, too chill. Like, yes, we want players to be composed under pressure. And yes, he's young. Yes, I don't want to be emotional again. He has a lot of room for growth. But, man, come on. Like, this is a Champions League game against Liverpool away at Anfield. And Real Madrid every season is going to win the Champions League. What the hell do you think you're doing? Valverde is just poor guy. Like, he shouldn't be playing right back. He shouldn't. He's there because he can play all 11 positions. He can literally go in net. And he will probably save goals with his face. That's who he is. That's his blood. That's his DNA. And he's just complete. Technically, tactically, physically, mentally, he's just solid. That's why he's playing right back. That's why Trent Alexander-Arnold is sitting on the bench. So I feel bad. I can't even blame him. Honestly, Valverde is my favorite player. Poor guy. He's stuck in that right back position because if he was in the middle, he would have run into those spaces. He would have taken those defenders on, used his pace and power and his shooting skills and done something. But he can't. He can't do that. He needs to, offensively, he's so limited. And defensively, he has to friggin' cover for other players. For players that are not tracking back. For players that are not intense enough. For players that are just sloppy and nonchalant. He needs to be there to cover for that. So I would genuinely say that the players that showed up today were Courtois, obviously, Valverde and Militao, who's been solid after 2 ACL injuries. So solid, so unexpected. But he's showing his class. Other than that, what the hell was that? Like Xabi Alonso, I appreciate you have a different philosophy and you have some new ideas and you want to implement that and it's going to take time and it's early in the season. I get all this. I get it. I genuinely do. But you can't keep doing the same thing again and again and again and again if it doesn't work. And I'm going to give you one example. Yes, Mbappe won the Golden Boot. Mbappe scored a lot of goals last season when Xabi Alonso was not the coach. This season, Mbappe is on fire. He's scoring a lot of goals. Yes, I get that. But against big teams, okay? Against big teams. Put away the Barcelona game because Barca wasn't a strong Barcelona when we faced them on the weekend. Like, for example, against Atletico Madrid. Against teams that are physical, that have solid defensive lines, that have great center backs, you need a striker. You need somebody that can jump to win that first header. Every single time Real Madrid goes long, Mbappe ain't jumping for shit. Like, we ain't winning that first ball. Vinicius is not jumping. Nobody is winning that first ball. And nobody is winning that second. You think Arda Güler is going to go for that second ball? So we literally are missing that striker. When we get high pressed by Liverpool and Courtois is forced to go long, who is fighting for that first header, first ball? Nobody. When we are dying to put players in the box in the last 5, 10 to 15 minutes of the game and we need to put crosses in and we need goal scorers, Mbappe is on the side with Vinicius hugging the touchline. The sideline. Who is there to get to the head crosses and hit the ball into the back of the net? There's no striker. We have Endrick, who's thirsty. Yes, he's not the tallest striker, but at least he's a striker. Put him in, man. Put him in. We need a goal. We need crosses. We need the ball in the box. We genuinely do. For 90 minutes, Vinicius was not able to beat Bradley. Nothing happened on the right side with Camavinga. When we went long, nobody fought for that first header, first ball, second ball. We can't keep doing that. Change the style. Put a different player. Put Endrick in. Give him a chance. Put Gonzalo in. We can't keep, no. Against Atletico Madrid, you need a target player. Against Liverpool in the dying minutes, when you're losing, when we haven't done shit, we need target players. We need bodies in the box. We need somebody that's going to jump and at least try to hit the ball. Same thing with the goal we conceded. How can McAllister, one of the shortest players on the field, just score for... It's so basic. Who's marking him? In one of the corner kicks, it was so obvious, it showed. Even Vinicius was laughing. Van Dijk was laughing. I think it was the one where Van Dijk ended up hitting the ball and Courtois made a great reflex save. Vinicius is marking Van Dijk on a corner kick. How on earth does that make any sense? I get it. You want your best headers. You want your Militaos and your Hulsens and your Valverdes and your Bellingham maybe. You want them to zonal mark. I get that. I have a coaching background. I understand at least a little bit. I get it. But you can't have Vinicius man mark Van Dijk. You just can't. You know why? Watch the friggin' goal. That's why. Watch the corner kick. Van Dijk, he didn't even need to jump. And we're lucky Courtois is there and giant. Genuinely, he's the best goalkeeper in the world. He's so underrated. I don't know how nobody talks about him. He does this every game, every season. Even the seasons Real Madrid won the Champions League 2-3 times in a row, Courtois was clutch in so many of those games, including finals, including against Liverpool. If it wasn't for him, this would have been a 5-0 game. Because Real Madrid would have conceded way too early in the game, and they would then start attacking, but they wouldn't be going anywhere, and then Liverpool would just kill them in the counterattacks. We got lucky that didn't get embarrassing, just like it got embarrassing against Atletico Madrid. And even in the league against weaker teams, we're struggling. We're winning by one goals, most of them. Yeah, last against Valencia, we won 4-0, but in no game we have really dominated, and in no game tactically we've been complete. And again, I get it. I don't want to speak too soon. It's early in the season. I understand all this. But there's just some things you can't just keep doing because you're stubborn or you're just stuck to your philosophy. You can't. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm telling you, Mbappe didn't win the first ball once. We're getting high press. We can't play out. We have to go long. So we're literally just giving the ball back to them. At least try, jump. But I get it. That's not Mbappe's game. It's not. I don't blame Mbappe. And it's fine if we don't do it for 45 minutes, for 60 minutes. That's okay. But in the 70th minute, when we need to change something, can we please put in a striker? Can we change our philosophy, our style? We eventually bring Valverde into the middle and then take him off. And also, why aren't we shooting? There was a lot of side to side at the edge of the box. Why is nobody shooting? How are you going to score if you don't shoot on the goal? What are we? tiki-taka? Like Mbappe can shoot, Bellingham can shoot, Valverde can shoot. I don't know, man. Again, like, I know I said I'm not going to get emotional, and I don't think I am being emotional. I think nothing I'm saying is emotional. It's very logical. And listen, man, I like to speak the truth. You know, when Barcelona is terrible, I'll make fun of them because I don't like Barcelona. That's obvious. Everybody knows this. Everybody that knows me knows I don't like Barcelona. I'm not even going to hide it. You know, when Man United is terrible, I make fun of them for fun, you know, for humor, whatever. But if Real Madrid is shit, I'm going to say it. And today we were terrible. Like, nobody showed up apart from one or two players. And the coach didn't show up. And this shows that Xabi Alonso still has a lot of room for growth. And, you know, it's going to take some time for him to learn, you know, to get that experience. Fine. I guess it's part of the process. But there's a few games now, the Atletico Madrid game, the Liverpool game, one or two games in the league where Real Madrid has barely won, where you can just see like there's a bit of a stubbornness. I truly feel bad for Endrick. I feel so bad for Rodrigo. Like Mastantuono, today he didn't start because he was injured. I swear to God he was going to start him. Mastantuono starting game after game after game after game after game and not producing anything. Like, you're putting pressure on the kid as well. The fans are going to put pressure. I'm going to put pressure on him because he's starting the game and he's not doing anything. So, I don't know. There's a bit of immaturity in terms of coaching, and that needs to be changed. That needs to be fixed, hopefully. I get it. The team it needs time to gel and get that chemistry. But in some games, especially games like this, in latter stages of the game, like after the 70th minute, when we're chasing the game, when we're losing, when we're behind, we're going to need like a proper striker. So, you know, Mbappe ain't jumping to win that first ball. Vinicius ain't going to jump. Goulet is not going to jump. Rodrigo is not. Mastantuono is going to try to jump because he's a kid and he wants to impress everybody, but he's not going to win anything in the air. So, yeah. I don't know. Well done, Liverpool. Great pressure. Great atmosphere. Just one thing to Liverpool fans. What the hell are you doing booing Trent Alexander-Arnold? Like, the kid played for you guys, grew up there. He gave you everything. He won trophies for you. He left on good terms. Your players are supporting him. Your coaches are supporting him. Stop booing him. You're embarrassing yourselves. Win with class. Be respectful. Bring the kid. Applaud him, you know. He wants to experience a different culture, a different country, different football. Back him up. Don't be stupid. He doesn't deserve that. He hasn't done anything for us yet, but yeah, just quit booing him, man. This is just silly. Whoever is booing him, which is the Liverpool fans in that game, you're just embarrassing yourselves and your club. You guys had a great game. Win with class and treat people with class and with dignity. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. It's just not good. But yeah, anyways, that's my event. Let's see how the season goes. But there's a few concerning things. I'm gonna be honest. And thanks if you watch this and listen to me venting. I appreciate it. If you want to support more, click the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.